Shot creating stretch bigs are back on NBA 2K26. You can green over absolutely anybody. You can fade from anywhere on the court with legend Shifty shooter and legend Deadeye. But let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get into it and show you the build, the jump shot, and the SIGs. All right, so I make all of my players right-handed, but that is entirely up to you. So first, we're going to move this all the way to a center. So that way we're at the 2 on the 2's court. And then for weight, this is going to go down to 215 pounds. And then our wingspan is going to go all the way down to 6'11". Now, for all of my guys that like to ISO, hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie, you can ISO on this build, man. A lot of people are using this build to ISO on the 2's court, especially in the stage. So if you love the dribble, hey, stay tuned at the end for the SIGs. All right, so up first, we're gonna work on our physicals. We are gonna max out our speed. We get 78 speed at 6'11", which is absolutely nuts. And we're also gonna max out our agility. And then our strength is gonna go all the way up to a 73. After you've done the strength, you're gonna put your vertical up to a 74. You can definitely get more vertical on this build if you do less agility, but I'll show you guys those changes here at the end. After we've done all our physicals, we're going to do our rebounding. We are going to get an 80 defensive rebound, which is going to be important so that way we get those silver rebounding badges. And then our offensive board is actually going to go all the way up to a 75. Now, the reason I have this is so when I pass to the corner or to my teammates, I can still go grab the offensive boards, or I could even play the 3 on like the stage or play like the center position on the 2s when I want to play with a guard. This makes my build like more viable as an actual center. Rebounding on this build though feels absolutely great. It's the vertical and the 80 defensive board. You can eventually use your +2s in this category because we're going to be specializing our shooting. We could actually use our regular +2s to get, you know, legend or Hall of Fame rebound chaser, as well as gold box out beast. We could put our +1 and our +2 there, and then use those +1 and +2s from our shooting category on our actual shooting badges. So that way we still have those wonderful shooting badges. And then we also get really good rebounding badges with an 80 rebound, which is kind of crazy. We're able to snag boards over basically anybody though, as long as we get position with that 80 defensive rebound. We're getting rebounds for free. Don't really worry about it. The only way you're really getting like outboarded is if you get wormed. And if you notice somebody's worming you a lot, just make sure to spam your L2 button so that way they can't worm you. Now we're on to defense. For our defense, we're going to set our perimeter defense all the way up, 76. Now, 76 is low-key OD. You don't really need a 76 perimeter, but I like it for when I'm holding L2 and I can stay in front of people. Our steal is going to go all the way up to a 67. This gives us bronze glove and bronze interceptor. And then our block is going to go all the way up to an 84. This is for when I play 2s, so I can get silver high flying denier and silver paint patroller. That way I can get stops in the paint against ISO. And then our interior defense is going to go up to a 70 just to get to that silver paint patroller like category. We really don't need post lockdown. I'm not gonna lie. All I do is just pull the chair on anybody. Post lockdown is just to like strip people when they're under the rim, but I don't really worry about that. I'm not gonna lie. I just double tap circle anytime somebody's trying to drop step me. The defense feels great on this build. Overall, it's just more focused on the 78 speed and 76 perimeter, so that way we can get stops. And we just wall up in the paint with our silver paint patrol. Now we're on to the playmaking of this build, which is what makes the build so ridiculous. So you're going to max your ball handle up to a 75. This gives us that gold strong handle as well as bronze handles for days and bronze unpluckable currently. And then our speed with ball, we're going to max that out to a 67. We don't quite get to that 68, which really sucks, but it's okay. Then for our pass accuracy, this is going to go to a 71. This build feels super fast with the ball in your hand. You're able to have silver dimer. I mean, you can just get open off the bounce. You really don't need to actually do dribble moves. I'm going to give you guys my SIGs. They're very useful. You know, there's a really good behind the back, a great crossover. You do a snatch back into a crossover and then midi fade pretty consistently. But let's talk about the shooting, which is the best part about this build. Now, I already have 3 cat breakers. I completed the challenges. I also got them from my season pass and my actual rep rewards. If you guys do not have your cat breakers, you will not be able to do what I'm doing right now. But you could also just set the build up for when you do get your cat breakers. So I'm going with a 93 ball and a 93 mid-range. Now, the reason I'm doing that is I'm putting a cat breaker on midi and a cat breaker on 3 ball. I don't have those cat breakers yet. Those are going to be my shooting specialization cat breakers. I'm specifically putting those on midi and 3 ball because I will eventually get those. I'm very close. I'm already at like tier 6 of tier, and then I think there's 9 tiers for the shooting specialization. So I should have those within the next day or so. And then once I have those, I'm just going to smack those on midi and 3 ball. Shooting is where this build feels the absolute best. I'm able to knock down shots from anywhere on the floor. over anybody on the floor. The reason I figured this out is I was on a 7'4" popper, the one that I posted that everybody thinks I'm zinning on, and people were shooting over me on a 6'11". I wasn't getting a contest unless I jumped, which is the exact same thing with a 7'4". You don't get a contest unless you jump. So I was like, yo, man, let me make a 6'11". That is literally why. And look at these clips, bro. I'm not missing from 3. I'm able to fade wherever I want because I get legend shifty shooter. I also get legend deadeye. It's unstoppable. I'm literally shooting lights out from everywhere on the court. Above 80% from the field, from 3-point land with a 93 ball. Just wait till I get that legend specialization badges and I'm able to put my limitless range to Hall of Fame and my set shot specialist to legend. Then I'm gonna have literally 3 legend shooting badges on a 6'11" and a Hall of Fame limitless. This build is going to be unstoppable. We're not done yet though. Now let's talk about finishing. So this is where this build is set up to how I play. I don't dunk the ball a lot. If I'm going near the paint, I'm shooting a post fade. So for my close shot, it's gonna stay at 88. For my driving layup, it's gonna stay at 63. Now my driving dunk is gonna go up to a 73. That is so I get that bronze posterizer. Then my rise up is gonna go all the way up to a 72. And then my post control is gonna go up to a 92. So this is where, you know, I do things a little bit differently. My post control is at a 92 because I plan on cat breakering my post control. I plan on trying to have at least a 95 post control, if not higher. I'm trying to get all the way to a 99. Like, I want to have legend post up poet. I want to be able to spin people. But if you don't think you're going to be using the post that much, there is one change that you can make here that could make this build drastically better for your playstyle. You can take your post control down, but I would keep that Hall of Fame post fade phenom. So keep that at 84. And then now you're left with some wiggle room. You're at a 97 overall. So you could go get that driving dunk all the way up. And guess what? Now you're going to have contact dunks with that driving dunk. And then you go over here and you put the 1 tick into the vertical. And now you're going to have silver posterizer with contact dunks off 2. And then now you could also put up your standing dunk. So that can go to a 74. And then if you really wanted to, you can go tick down this offensive rebound for all my ISOers. Bring this over here and put your standing dunk all the way up to an 81. So now you're gonna have silver rise up. You got contact dunks off 2. And then your O board, you're just gonna put that up that 1 extra tick. I mean, you could really put it anywhere. You can go put it on free throw if you like to play 5s. Get a 72 free throw. But this build looks absolutely insane, man. I'm going to be real. This is probably one of the best builds I've ever put out. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let's go ahead and skip to the next section. So we get Shades of Nas, Reed, Miles Turner, and Karl Anthony Towns, and it's called an ISO Savant. Now, if you don't put all that driving dunk and stand dunk on the build, it comes out as Versatile Scorer, which is the one I am currently using. Let's go ahead and show you guys the animations. All right, man, so here is my Versatile Scorer. Look at my shot chart, man. I'm shooting above 80% from the field, literally everywhere on the 3-point line. I don't know why I'm so bad from the right wing, but I think that's because I was using deep bomber and chucking from half court one game and missed 8 shots. It's all good though. But as you can see, look at my shooting stats, man. Literally above 80% from the field, everywhere on the court. Absolutely ridiculous. I have lethals and I haven't even gone to the lethal shooter yet. So here is my SIGs. As you can see from the playmaking moves, I don't use a pass style. So here is my SIGs for anybody that needs my playmaking moves. I don't use a pass style. I got 6 eyes up Kevin Durant, skate moves Kevin Durant, crossover pro, spin pro, step back pro, dribble style Kevin Durant, breakdown combos Julius Randle, combo moves pro, behind the back normal, hesitation Kevin Durant, and triple threat style is Kobe Bryant. Now my motion style is actually Donovan Clingan, if you guys are curious on that. And then I'm gonna give you guys the jump shot real quick. So here is my current jump shot. I'm using Michael Porter Jr. base, Beluba upper release 1. Upper release 2 is LaMarcus Aldridge, 80% Beluba. I set my Q in between push and release, and then max out release speed. And that is basically gonna do it, man. If you guys found this video helpful, and you want me to drop, you know, another build video, if you guys found this video helpful, make sure to drop a like for your boy, subscribe, and turn on the noties. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace and love, man.